This is the Georgia governor, Brian Kemp, and he is hell bent on reopening the state. He has been advised against it and told of the dangers of opening the state. He could care less, and he's moving forward. So this came out on NPR April 23rd, 2020. Georgia governor disregards Trump's criticism, moves ahead with plans to reopen businesses. Give it about 2 weeks, y'all. And all kinds of people down in Georgia will be cropping up with coronavirus. Georgia Governor Brian Kemp is undeterred by President Trump's criticism of his move to reopen the non essential businesses. He insists he will forge ahead with plans to jumpstart the economy as early as Friday. The governor said on Wednesday night that he plans to restart shuttered businesses for limited operations ahead of the state shelter in place order being lifted on April 30th. Kemp is set to allow a range of businesses to open Friday on a limited basis, such as gyms, tattoo parlors, hair salons, theaters are allowed to open Monday, subject to some restrictions, and restaurants will be allowed to open to dine in customers that same day. Religious institutions can hold services in accordance with strict social distancing protocols, according to the governor's office. Our next measured step is driven by data and guided by state public health officials, Kemp wrote in a tweet. We will continue with this approach to protect the lives and livelihood of all Georgians. So he sent out a tweet on the 22nd of April. Earlier today, I discussed Georgia's plan to reopen shuttered businesses for limited operations at Pontus, the President of the United States. I appreciate his bold leadership and insight during these difficult times and framework provided by the White House to safely move states forward. Hashtag gap poll. Now, you must have some seriously jacked up insight. He added, just like the thousands of businesses currently operating throughout Georgia, I am confident that business owners who decide to reopen will adhere to minimum basic operations, which prioritize the health and well being of employees and customers. President Donald Trump on Wednesday said he strongly disagrees with Kemp's decision to reopen some non essential businesses on Friday, but added that it's up to states to determine. Oh, of course it is, because if anything goes wrong, despite the fact that Trump has been talking over and over about reopening the states, he ain't going to take no responsibility. I told the governor of Georgia, Brian Kemp, that I disagree strongly with his decision to open certain facilities, Trump said, but at the same time, he must do what he thinks is right. I want him to do what he thinks is right, but I disagree with him on what he's doing. These statements marked a reversal from Trump's position a day earlier. What's new? This man changes his position like the wind. I mean, nothing new. In which he praised Kemp during the White House coronavirus task force briefing for foregoing ahead despite advice to the contrary from the nation's leading health experts. A White House official tells NPR Tamara Keith that Trump first spoke to Kemp Tuesday night and that he grew more concerned and spoke to the governor again on Wednesday. By then, Trump has grown uneasy about Kemp's plan and made a second call. The White House official said Trump also called other Georgia politicians about the issue. The official added. White House spokesperson Judd Deere later clarified the president disagrees with the Georgia governor's decision to open certain facilities, which are in violation of the Phase 1 guidelines. The president cares deeply for the health and safety of the people of Georgia, as he does for all Americans. The White House has recommended that states reopen. They demonstrate a downward trajectory of COVID-19 cases over 14 days. States should also have the capacity to treat all patients and test healthcare workers, but Georgia has not yet reached their benchmark. As NPR Allison Aubrey reported, infectious disease experts in Georgia agree that the data show the state is moving in the right direction, but the state has not met the criteria outlined in the administration's guidelines. Experts also said there hasn't been enough testing in Georgia to show a decline in cases, which can be determined by looking at positive rates in tests. The more tests that come back positive, the less likely the state is testing enough, Aubrey said. The World Health Organization said that a 10% positive rate is a good benchmark for whether an area is doing enough testing, Aubrey added. In the United States, the positive rate is at about 20%. In Georgia, the positive rate is about 23%. As of Thursday, there are 21,571 reported cases of COVID virus in Georgia, and 871 people have died from the illness, according to a dashboard from Johns Hopkins University. Kemp's move to ease restriction is facing backlash from some state elected leaders and public health experts who say the plan is premature. However, the governor's order include a provision that prevents city and county governments from enacting rules that are tougher or more lax than the state. Even as some business owners gear up to reopen their doors, many are critical of the plan. Georgia Public Broadcasting reported that Marshall Hughes, a barbershop owner in Macon, is one of them. He told the station he won't be opening up his shop anytime soon. I'm not going to be used as a guinea pig, Hughes said. We already have to be hands on with the customers. We're in close proximity with the customer cutting their hair and talking with them. It's just a setup for failure from my point of view. So this is what this barbershop owner is saying. He said, the hell with that. I ain't opening nothing. And I'm sure many other people feel that way. But y'all, please tell me what you think about this governor just ignoring everything, just being arrogant, selfish, self-centered, and not care about the well-being of the people that he is supposed to represent. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.